Hello musicians, friends, and of course future me. If you don't know me already and you just stumbled across this video, welcome to the channel. I'm Will. I'm a bass player, producer and guitar teacher, and welcome to part 3 of my music blog series all about mistakes I've made in the past and how new musicians can learn from them just like I did. So today's video isn't really about a specific mistake I've made, rather a collective mistake that's been made by musicians and music fans alike. You've seen the title, so of course I'm talking about music venues and their lack of support and funding, which has unfortunately led to the closure of countless iconic venues. Speaking openly, my band Jamch and I are currently restoking the fires, preparing to get ourselves back out on the gigging and touring circuit. This means we'll be relying on independent venues like these to play whilst we find our feet as a band and tighten our live performance. But we're not alone. There are countless bands and artists out there who also rely on these venues, whether it's brand new bands looking for their debut or seasoned pros who are stepping back into music after taking a break from the industry. Without independent venues like these, we wouldn't have the celebrated rock stars we have today. For example, the Zombies, Trashboat and Enter Shikari all came from my hometown of St Albans and definitely played the same independent venues that I used to play and still play to this day. So why am I focusing on the Pioneer Club? Well, the Pioneer holds a special place in my heart because it's the first venue I ever played. I've known the Pioneer as a youth club, a music venue, the meeting place for my old DAB group, and generally a safe space with awesome people where I always felt welcome. It hosted early gigs for all the bands I mentioned earlier, giving them a platform to build their foundations and find their sound before skyrocketing to the mainstream. Without it, having a place to practice and hone a band's sound would have been much harder, and especially nowadays. But it's not as if they just became famous and bailed on the venues that helped them out early on. Enter Shikari and the Zombies drummers Rob Rolfe and Steve Rodford set up a summer drum school in July of this year, which is being hosted at the Pioneer until the end of this month. Shikari have also used money raised from gigs to give back to the venue that helped them out when they first started. After licensing issues and temporary closures, the Pioneer is finally back on its feet, putting on gigs, providing a platform for smaller, younger bands to find and hone their sound, and also of course a platform for older bands, more established bands to come back to and play once more. I'm really excited to announce that my band Jamch and I will be playing the Pioneer again on the 10th of September. We'll be playing alongside our friends in High Regard, Mask, and of course Blue Hour, who are a really exciting and fast growing hardcore band who've already shared stages with the likes of Trashboat and Enter Shikari. All the information you need, including a link for tickets, is down below in the description. So what can you do to help support your local independent venue? Of course, going to gigs is a fairly obvious choice, but of course there is more that can be done. If you've watched this far, I can safely assume you're either a musician or a music fan, which means you already have a drive and a purpose to help keep these venues open. If you've got some evenings free, why not volunteer for venues? Just pop in and just ask what you can do to help. If you're a musician or you're in a band, this is also a great way to get in contact with venues and get known by them, which is also a great way to maybe be offered some of the really good support slots. Simply take an interest. Talk to bands after their set, ask them where they're playing next and go and see them again. Just follow them around the local circuit. Share all kinds of promotion on social media, that always helps. Or just rock up on a night where you don't know any bands. Because you never know when you might just witness the early stages of a band you don't know yet, who are destined for mainstream success, and be able to say, I supported them before they were famous. Perhaps you're interested in working at some of these venues. Bar staff and hospitality has one of the highest turnover rates for staff, simply due to the nature of the industry. So more often than not, venues like these are crying out for bar staff. Thanks for watching. Now that you have a better idea of how to support these venues, why not try giving it a go this week? As always, make sure that you've subscribed and hit the bell icon down below so you can get notified when I release new videos. And of course, don't forget, on the 10th of September, my band Jamch will be playing the Pioneer Club in St Albans, so all the information for tickets and times, etc. will be in the description below. So see you then, see you at the gig, and of course I'll see you in the next video.